This is such a great question because there's a lot of people out there that are not wealthy. They're living paycheck to paycheck, or they can't even pay their bills. So first off, I'm going to tell you that there are just some people that are just never going to have wealth. And it's not because they don't have the ability to do it. They just don't believe in themselves, and they're not going to work hard enough to get there, because there is no shortcut. You do have to work hard. I shouldn't say there's no shortcuts, but you do have to work hard, because let's be real. There's shortcuts in just about anything. Crypto's kind of like a cheat code if you do it right. You can spend your entire life in your 401k, your IRA, contributing to those, and maybe you get a 5 to 7x your money over your lifetime of saving. Where in crypto, you can get 20, 30, 50, 100x your money if you're willing to just wait and dollar cost average and diversify. And that's not going to happen on everything. But let me explain it to you like this. Number one, the first thing that you and others that are consider yourself poor, and that's fine, you can get out of it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you have extra income, right? So if you're living literally paycheck to paycheck, how can you cut out whatever it is that you have to start saving at least a couple $100 a month? Now you can start with $25 a week, you can start with $5 a week, I don't care, but you want to get to the point where you're saving at least $100 to $200 a week. What does that take? Because a lot of you that are living paycheck to paycheck or under paycheck to paycheck, that's literally not possible. What do you mean $100 a week? I can barely afford an extra $100 a month. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Well, I've been there. I promise you. I'm not making this up. I have literally been there, and I have the stories and the people to back it. So you have to go make extra money. I don't care if it's DoorDash. I don't care if it's Uber. I don't care if you start selling things online. There are so many different things that you can do to start making an extra couple $100 a month. And you take all of that, all of it, as much of it as possible, and you start investing. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinion. Take this, do your own research, talk to a professional after you listen to what I'm saying. But this is what I did. And I didn't just buy low caps. I love low caps. I think that's where you get your quicker, within a couple of years or sometimes a couple of months, massive gains of 20, 30, 40, 50x, 100x. But a lot of my money has been invested into Bitcoin, Cardano, ICP, lots of Ethereum in the past, and I just sold it for a lot of altcoins. I said Bitcoin already. That's been a big driver of mine. And obviously many other cryptos. And I've bought these for years and years and years. But a big portion has been Ethereum and Bitcoin. A very big portion. And people think, oh, it's over. Bitcoin's $100,000. Bitcoins are going to $500,000. Then they're going to go to $1 million. Then they're going to go to 2 million. Then they're going to go to 5 million. They're never going to stop going up in value if you zoom out and you have patience over time. They may have peaks and valleys, but they're going to consistently go up, just like gold has, just like the housing market has, just like assets do, because that's what it is. So I would say you start there, and you're just have a longer term mindset, because the reality of it, if you don't have tens of thousands of dollars to play with in one cycle, unless you get really lucky off of a meme coin or a 3, 4, 500,000x coin, you're probably not going to make enough money to change your life in one bull run. You're going to have to go through that cycle, and then you're going to have to take profits, buy back in when everything is just shit, and you'll know when the market's just tanked. And sometimes you'll buy and things will go lower, and they'll go lower. But if you dollar cost average over time, you take profits when things are good, you buy back when things are bad, and you do this over a 10-year period, you can get out of the rat race. But most people, the reason why they won't succeed, you ask this question, how does somebody who's poor? Well, you're going to keep that poor mindset. You're never going to get out of the rat race. So there's no great perfect answer to this, but everything that I said applies. There's other things like having that mental capacity to be able to withstand the up and downs, having the belief in yourself, having the actual work ethic to go out and work another job or a third job, to do what you have to do to get out of the position that you're in. So That's what I would say. All of those things combined can get you out of this rat race that you're in, but you're going to have to go and you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do a lot more research than just watching a 5-minute TikTok video with me and clarify everything that I'm saying is true, because again, I'm not a financial advisor. Always remember that. Anyways, make sure you guys like, share, follow. We'll see you soon. Don't worry. Crypto's going to be fine.